You know what? I've been thinking. I've only had one BMW. I've had Audis. I've had Mercedes. But only one BMW. So how about we get another one for the channel? Maybe an M4. Or maybe an M3.
Well, how about a BMW M2?
This is sick. Forged carbon bonnet, Nardo grey wrap. Is this yours?
No, it's exclusive competitions.
Oh, right. Okay, let me get in. Would you be happy if you won that for a tenner?
Super happy.
Yeah, the BMW M2 is cool and all, but today's video isn't about the BMW. It's about my Audi R8. Now, I know in the previous video I did mention that it feels slightly underpowered, and yes, we will get it on the dyno to find out soon whether it is underpowered or not. But there's something at the unit that I've been dying to fit. So, to the unit. It's time for an exhaust for the Audi R8. Now, I don't think it sounds that bad at the minute. I think that's because it's got a 4.2 V8 anyway, and it has a Miltech exhaust system. We're about to better it. I've been dying to open this for a couple of days, but I thought we'd leave it for both of us to open it. So, let's do it. At that. It's the Armytrix exhaust for the Audi R8. It looks so sick, and I've always sort of dreamed of having an Armytrix exhaust on one of my cars, let alone the Audi R8. So let me show you what exactly is here. This part is the sort of main back box. It's really light as well. This is the stainless steel version. Then we've got the bits which go down into the tips, and then this section right here. Now, for those people that don't know, we'll get onto this bit later on in the video. But for now, I think we should start fitting it. The engine is in the back, so the exhaust doesn't run all the way underneath the car. It's literally just at the back here, which means we've got to take the bumpers off, part of the wing to get to it. It's going to be a first time for me, but I'm ready to give it a go. Let's do it. And actually, before we start, yes, the R8's a cool car and everything like that, and if you see it on the street and you want to take a photo, that is completely fine. But I tell you what not to do, to lean on it or put your hands on it or anything like that, because you're just causing me unnecessary work. I went to the shops the other day, parked it outside, and I saw a few lads taking some photos for the gram at the back of the Audi R8, and then afterwards, when I left, I noticed, look there. A nice little scratch was left for me. Not a nice present for me, and that means I have to rewrap this bit here, which kind of sucks. So if you do want to take a picture of the R8, don't lean on it or touch it. So enough of the negativity, let's just crack on. And there it is. It is off. The R8 is looking crazy right now with sort of the exposed rear end. Let me show you this. I am definitely in need of some lighting above here. That is just not cutting it at all. But check out this. This is the Miltech that is coming off. This is probably the closest I'll get to a Lamborghini right now. I assume that this gearbox is probably out of the Gallardo, which is around the same sort of year. I know they did that in manual, but it is looking so mad with the fully exposed rear end. I hope I know how to put this back together because it was very complicated. And this is what is about to go on it. Oh my God. The heat shield is so ugly, but it does serve a purpose, being at the rear of the engine and everything. So I really wish I could have it exposed, but I just can't. I think it's time we got the Armytrix installed on the R8. Let's do it. Okay, cut the music. I think the car is ready to be started up. It's not all the way back together, but the exhaust is built back enough so we can actually start it and listen to it for the first time. I think it's gonna sound so mad. Check this out. So I've just got the filters back in. There's still a box and everything to go in. The cable you saw me running along there and back through into the firewall is actually a controller for the vacuum. So these exhausts here have got a little vacuum hose going to each side, like that, and that will open and close the valve to make it louder or quieter. It's a shame we had to put this ugly heat shield back on because it did look cool without it, but I'll show you how the valves work in a minute. But first, let's start this up. That is insanely loud. Oh my God, I'm going to prison. But these exhausts are sort of neighborhood friendly, and I'll explain that once we put this back together. That sounds so mad. I wish you guys could actually hear the full volume. My mic probably just blew up right there. Right, let's get this back together. Right, before we put the rear bumper on, which we've just installed the V10 exhaust tips, which you've seen, they are looking cool as anything. I'm surprised they actually fit onto the V8 bumper, but they weren't cheap. They were like £450 just for the tips, and they look so much better in black. Maybe I should paint the inside black as well, though. I would probably just get carboned up after a while. Anyway, and whilst the valves are all exposed and open here, because when I put the bumper on you won't be able to see them, you'll be able to see them working. So let me show you how it works. It's pretty cool. Pretty loud, right? Not with this. So with this little baby here, this is connected to the OBD port, and you've got 3 modes. First mode is beast mode. Neighborhood mode. So you've seen 2 modes now, and explain exactly what they do. So in beast mode, it is just completely open. The valves are there. It's going to sing to high heaven. Then you've got neighborhood mode. This is one I'm going to use when I cold start it in the morning. Then you've got the Armytrix intelligence mode, which sort of open the valves about half, and then when you go past 3,000 revs, it sort of knows when you're driving at that speed, and it opens it up fully to sing again. So all 3 are going to come in handy for me. Beast mode all the time, apart from cold starts. Let's get this back together, and I'll tell you more about what this thing can do, because there is more. Let's do it. It absolutely screams! Tunnel run! There's just something about a new exhaust which makes a car so much more enjoyable to drive. Now the V10 exhaust tips are looking sick. Satin black as well, and it is sounding absolutely unreal. Now I did mention that this Armytrix exhaust can do a little bit more than just turn the valves off and on, and I'll show you that just now. So alongside the remote there is actually an app as well. You click on the app, you can see all live data going on. So I can choose from speed, RPM, oil temperature, obviously there's no turbo in this one, battery voltage, throttle, anything I can choose and see it on live feed. I can also change the exhaust tone here, so off, on and auto as I've shown you before, and shoot for trouble codes as well. That is just too sick. I'm over the moon with the Armytrix exhaust. That's going to end today's video. Hopefully you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.